What's going on, guys? We are back with another video here, and this video is going to be my updated strategies for January. I haven't really made one of these videos in, I believe, 2 months, which is actually a long time. And some of my strats did change, so hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, make sure you leave a like and turn on all notifications for the videos. And yeah, let's hop into it right now, guys. All right, so basically strategies are pretty important, I think. I mean, people say strategies don't mean anything, but I personally think they actually do have a pretty big impact on the game, especially if you're not the best player, and if you're playing a player against, like, that's not really that great either. So let's get into it right now. So to go to your strategies to change them in a hut, you go over to the manage lineup section here, and you go over to the strategies section here, and here we are. So I'll tell you some things that I did change, all right? So I'll tell you things that didn't change, all right? So for me, in my last video, forecheck 1-2-2 passive still is the play right now. One that I would consider messing around with if I were you guys maybe is 2-3 as well. I feel like 2-3 is not that bad. Like I said, just try it out maybe. If passive's not working for you, I think 2-3 could be actually pretty decent. I don't think 1-2-2 aggressive is very good because it's just too aggressive. I feel like your forwards will get caught a lot, and you don't want your forwards getting caught because, well, it's odd man rushes, and you don't want odd man rushes. It makes it harder to defend, harder to, win games. So I would definitely say that, 1-2-2 passive is probably the play, or 2-3, but I'm running 1-2-2 passive currently, all right? And then also neutral zone, that is a different thing that I did. So I used to have it on 1-2-2 red. I put it on 1-2-2 blue. So the difference between 1-2-2 blue and red, red, of course, the defenders will hold the neutral zone and apply pressure to the breakout at the red line. And of course, blue is pretty self-explanatory. It will apply pressure to the breakout at the opposing blue line, all right? So it's kind of more risky, I'd say, like for your team, like, because they're going to probably be trying to, like, pinch more often, like your defenseman, and try to keep the plays alive. But I think it's definitely a really good one. I find it to be very efficient and effective, so that's why I run with it. So 1-2-2 blue is what I would run in the neutral zone. And then for the trap / forecheck, again, this is another one that's kind of like, up to you, really. I kind of have it here, right? It's just not, it's not in the middle quite. It's a little bit less than that. I believe it's 3, actually 1, 2, 3. No, that is 3, so it's actually in the middle, technically. So 3 out of 6 is where I put it. In the trap / forecheck. I mean, I don't want my guys to trap heavily, but I also don't want my forechecks to forecheck like, maniacs, So that's why I leave it like that. The offensive pressure has been the same. I had it in the last video. It's still standard. Again, I think that's a pretty good mix. Defensive pressure, I actually have it on normal. I used to have it on contained puck. I have it on normal now. Another thing that I'm going to talk about as well is that I believe that changing strategies mid-game can be very, very crucial as well. Playing against somebody and recognizing what they're doing could really change a lot of things. If you're playing against someone that's very aggressive, probably playing a more passive style would be the play, like a trapping style. If you're going to be playing someone that's very, very, like, just trying to shut things down and not really, play a fast game, I think you should try to just play as aggressive as possible. I mean, try to play as aggressive as simply possible. So, that's when you can crank strategies up and, go full attack, high pressure on defense, stuff like that. But that's just if, people were playing certain styles. But just to go into a game, these are the best ones, in my opinion. And then defensive strategies on collapsing. I think that's one you definitely don't want to mess with unless the guys start spamming DDD one-timers. And again, DDD one-timers, you're going to want to put on tight point. Staggered, I feel like, is a very interesting one that I don't really see too many people use. I think collapsing is really the one that most people will use. So I think collapsing is definitely the one that I would suggest to you guys if you're just trying to, get some quick strategies. So definitely try that out. Then we have the penalty kills on passive box. That one's another one that I think is pretty solid, right? He creates a tight box in the defensive zone where, he's not really able to just, like, dance around. I feel like my penalty kill is very good, so this one I'm pretty confident about. I feel like the passive box is definitely the best one to use when it comes to penalty kill situations. And the power play, now that's one that I'm not going to lie, I struggle with myself a lot. So, yeah, I would definitely say power play is an interesting one. I've changed it to overload. I used to have it on umbrella, right? And it just didn't really work for me. I get a lot of shorthanded goals as well. So I decided to go to overload, and it sets up in the corner with all offensive personnel on the one side of the ice, cycle the puck, use puck movement, misdirection, and quick puck movement along the outside of the ice to pull defensive players out of position, creating scoring opportunities. So I'm a person that passes the puck really quickly. So I feel like this one really made a lot of sense to me. So that's why I decided to go with overload on the power play. So yeah, I think overload's definitely a very good way to score on the power play. So definitely you could consider trying that out. Power play carry / jump. I put that on 0. I don't really think it's important, because your AI, it doesn't really matter. Like, again, you're the one that's controlling the players, right? So like you're not gonna have it where like the AI is gonna dump it in, you're gonna be able to forward check it. You know what I mean? Like more than likely, you're gonna be the one that determines if it's gonna be dumped in or not. So yeah. Control, breakout, strong side slant. You know, defender waits behind the net for the center to swing. I think it's pretty smart. You know, that one's a pretty smart one. I don't really think it's too cut and dry. You know, you got blue and blue. I think it is cut and dry, I should say. Blue to blue. And then for power play breakout, I go center lane option, right? So, I mean, center lane option, it's you know, it's okay. The puck carrier looks for the option in the middle of the ice. Again, I like my guys to kind of be back and like ready to break out instead of just like having them all like fly the zone, because then you got to try to make high risk, like really like big force passes. I don't like when my players are all the way like up at the blue line already, because like again, it's going to be pretty easy to read if you're the opponent, right? If you're playing someone that's pretty decent, you know, they're going to read that you're just trying to force the puck right up the boards, and they're going to have like, you know, an easy poke on them. And poking is very, very effective in this game. So I feel like it'd be very, very, you know, foolish to do that. So that's why I do center lane option. And then a quick breakout, going back to what I just basically said, is a close support. I used to have it on stay wide, right? Which again, where they're staying wide. And again, I feel like they're just kind of flying the zone too much. So I like to have close support. The weak side winger will stay close to support the puck carrier on the breakout. So God forbid there's a turnover, I'll have my winger there to try to support and, you know, make sure that we don't give up any, you know, big on-man rushes or huge breakdown situations. So that's why I have close support on. I think it's a very good one to use. 3 on the offense, I put it on passive because, again, 3 on 3, I mean, you probably do want to be passive, or else you're going to be giving up a lot of breakaways and 2-on-1s, and that'll end quickly in this game. It's unlike real life. A 2-on-1's a guarantee pretty much going in this game, or a breakaway is a guarantee in this one. So, yeah, I mean, I would say passive is probably the play for 3-on-3 offense. Now, let's go to the offensive lines, all right, and I'm rocking behind the net still on all the lines, all right? I do believe behind the net is still the best strategy to have. I really do. I really do. Crash the net, I think, is okay. I mean, it's not a bad crash the net. If you're someone that obviously likes to just shoot a lot, if you shoot a lot, crash the net's a smart one, because rebounds are pretty OP in this game, where if you just shoot the puck for looking for rebounds, you get a lot of good scoring chances that way. So I do believe that crash the net could be effective, but I personally run behind the net, and I do find great success in that. I'm in Division 1, guys. I get, you know, good wins and hot champs every week, you know, at least 14, 15. Not saying I'm, you know, the best player in the world, but it's a lot harder this year, especially on Xbox Series X, playing against the elite of the elite. So I'm trying to help you guys out, you know, even if you're like a 7-win player, you know, this could get you to 9 wins potentially, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to shoot for, right? But, yeah, carry slash jumps on 0, cycle slash shoots on 3 or 4. Yeah, more so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'd say 5, actually. And this one's all the way on 10. See, efficiency slash energy is a very interesting one, guys. Efficiency slash energy is a very interesting one because people go back and forth saying, oh, efficiency might be better to have it towards, or energy. I think energy max is better because I want my guys every shift just like really putting like every ounce of energy possible into it, because why not, right? Like I want McDavid to be max energy. I want McDavid to be flying out there as soon as he gets out there, right? That's kind of the point. Like where if I get the puck to McDavid, he's literally gonna just get a breakaway every time. Like, you know, that's kind of what I think would be the smart thing. Don't block slash block. I kind of have it here, right? It's on 5. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, guys. I feel like it's a really tough one. It really is a tough one. Like, I don't know, like blocking, like you don't want them to completely block every shot because they don't end up screaming your goalie, right? Which is not good. So, you know, that'll be more, you know, deflections or just shots that just go right through your goal you'll be pretty disappointed about. So that's why I feel like that one's to really be careful about. But I'd try it there, all right? But like I said, all other lines are exactly the same here, unless I'm wrong. No, I'm definitely not wrong. That's definitely the case. They're all the same. And then for defensive pairings, I have it all on 0 out of 10 because, again, I want my guys holding the line. I want my guys prepared to cycle. I just don't really see the point of putting it on pinch because at the end of the day, I mean, if you really want, you can just put your strategies to high pressure for your defense and stuff like that. They'll be pinching either way, right? So like instead, like I'm saying, like if you're doing that, you're just making them ultra aggressive for like no reason. And again, guys, if you're playing someone that's pretty good, like, and you have an unbelievable like pinch, like 10. That's psychotic. It just is. Like, you're going to be having a lot of issues, giving up a lot of odd man rushes, breakaways, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and it's just, like, really hard to defend that all game. I mean, listen, you can make defensive plays. I'm not saying it's, you know, not defendable, but I think it's still very, very challenging. So, to me, that's what I would rock with when it comes to defensive pairings. Again, they're all exactly the same. But those are the general strats that I'm running with right now, guys. Haven't really made an updated video here in quite some time. I changed some things, so I figured I'd let you guys know if you guys are looking for strategy videos and you're going back to my old one. Those are not my current strategies anymore, so hopefully that these strategies do end up helping you guys out in some way. Let me know if they do, and let me know what kind of strategies you run and what makes you guys successful. I'm very curious, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, though. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, follow me on Twitch, Henreek, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's, and join the Discord to talk to me. Follow some subscribers to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.